There, this is your girl Rachel L. Proctor from RachelLProctor.com, and I want to welcome you and thank you for taking my mini masterclass on how to create your very own successful online business. Now, if you aren't familiar with me or my platforms and teachings, allow me a brief moment to introduce myself before we get started. So, who am I? Well, again, my name is Rachel L. Proctor, and I'm an entrepreneur, an app creator, a minister, and the self-proclaimed Chief Encouragement Officer over on Instagram. Now, in this mini masterclass, you will discover the magic formula you can use today to uncover the top skill you're knowledgeable in, passionate about, and can use to help others get specific results to make money in your business. Also, you discover the simple step-by-step process to create multiple product ideas, also known as multiple streams of income, to serve your customers in your online business. You'll also discover how to identify available time you didn't even know you had to help you build your online business fast. We'll also talk about how to tailor your product offerings to get your ideal customers lining up with their wallets ready to buy from you. And lastly, you'll learn the must-have systems you need in order to set your online business on the right foundation and take you from someone who simply has a hobby to a full-blown business owner and more. So let's get into it. Now, by sheer nature of the times we live in, it's almost become a necessity to have an extra stream of income to help you reach your long-term financial goals. And so a great way to do this is by starting an online business, because online businesses will allow you flexibility and it can help keep overhead low in your business in the beginning. And so it's quite possible that you're still working a full-time job right now. So I think that's very important that you keep your overhead low. So that's why a mindset I recommend you adopt, even as we go through this mini masterclass, is to schedule the work you'll do in your online business like a part-time job. Because the truth is that it will be a part-time job in addition to your current work if you're still working a full-time job, especially once you get rocking and rolling. Now, the foundation of this mini masterclass is to help you uncover skills you are knowledgeable in, passionate about, and ones you can use to help others get specific results. And so once you pin down a skill you're confident in teaching, it becomes easy to create multiple products to serve your customers in your online business. You must have a passion for what you want to teach. And just because you know a lot about a topic doesn't mean you should be teaching it. For example, I know a lot about accounting because in the beginning stages of business, I taught myself how to do it until I could hire it out. The only thing is, I hate accounting. And while it's necessary in business, I'm not passionate about it. And I would get no joy from trying to teach someone else how to do it. So I want to begin by helping you gain clarity on why this goal of starting an online business that generates passive income matters most. Now, here's a biggie. The reason needs to be bigger than making some extra money. Even that won't be enough to pull you towards the goal when days get challenging. Yes, I know making money is the end game for all businesses, but stick with me here. When you realize your purpose and work within those boundaries, the money will come. I want you to think about what's possible for you and those you love if you do this. Look at how your life will change for the better with the extra money this online business can bring in for you. Now, here are a few questions I want you to answer to help you uncover your bigger purpose. Number one, what is your ultimate goal for wanting to start this online business? You need to be specific here. So is it to bring in extra money to pay off debt or to save up for vacation? Or maybe you want to be able to cut back on hours at work or ultimately quit your job. Number two, are you looking to eventually go full-time in business or do you want to keep this business part-time? And you need to know why you selected your response. And again, be specific. Now, I want to switch gears a little bit, and I talk a lot about passion, and even though passion is necessary, passion all by itself is still not enough. Your outcome will only be as good as your execution. So let's talk about the time factor. You have to plan and make time to do the work. Creating time begins with a mindset, and you are a limited resource. Please remember this. And this may be the toughest part of all because it means you'll have to think and act differently. And so you may be sitting there saying to yourself, Rachel, I don't even have any extra time as it is. How can I fit anything else in? Carving out something as small as 30 extra minutes can seem impossible for you right now when in reality, 24 hours a day is the only level playing field we all have in life. We all know that we can always make time for the things and the people that are important to us. Getting through the work it takes to start your online business, along with sustaining it, means you'll need to be self motivated. Rarely will you ever spring out of bed feeling like doing the work it takes to get to the next level. You've got to impose discipline around your time and your calendar if you want this to work. At the end of the day, it's not about getting everything done. It's about getting the right things done. You have to set firm boundaries with people. Otherwise, they will demand time from you that you could be using to build your online business. Moreover, you can't be afraid to start this business off small. I can't emphasize this enough. You have to still work your full-time job more than likely, and you have other obligations. You have to be realistic about where you are in the process and what's sustainable for your life right now. Trying to be too big straight out of the gate often leads to overwhelm, burnout, and disappointment. Now, here are the nuts and bolts of creating the time you need to do this. Now, this idea of creating time works like a budget that you use to keep track of your finances. And with any good budget, you want your time balanced. An easy way to do this is to look at how many hours you have each day to actually work on your online business. Now, this won't include time you spend sleeping or commuting to work. It won't include the hours you're clocked in working at your current job either. Those times are what I call non-negotiable times. Now, some suggestions for time you can use to work on your business may include your break or your rest hour at work. Instead of checking email or catching up on social media, you could use this time to work on your online business. Now, look at the time you have after work, after church, on the weekends as well. Do you come home after work and watch your favorite TV series? Do you find yourself getting sucked into the endless vortex of social media at night? If you want to get income coming in, there will be times you have to forego entertainment. You'll have to draw the line on time wasters to create the time you need to get your business underway. Now, write down the time you have available during those hours on a notepad. A week or two of tracking this is ideal, and it will give you a better picture of how you spend your time on a regular basis. Now, I don't want to oversimplify this concept, but if you'll allow yourself to look at it another way, it really can be that simple. Next, you need to decide on what calendar you'll use. If daily tasks, appointments, and goals are not scheduled, they won't get done. You have a lot of stuff going on, and it's easy to forget things. I want you to decide on what works for you as it pertains to keeping a calendar. Now, my calendar of choice is Google Calendar. It's good for me because I'm able to set reminders and alerts and important tasks and meetings. It also syncs across all my devices. And so, in my opinion, Google Calendar is easy to navigate even if you're not super techie. So, if a digital calendar is not your thing, find a good paper calendar at your local office supply store. Now, some planners can run you a pretty penny, so you don't have to break the bank with this. Keep it simple. But whatever you do, don't leave this up to chance. Make a vow to schedule everything that you need to get done, even if you can only squeeze in 30 minutes. Now, here are some additional questions you need to ask yourself. Again, what is your ultimate goal for wanting to start an online business? Again, be specific. Is this to bring money in to pay off debt or save up for your vacation, or are you looking to cut back on your hours at work? Also, are you looking to eventually go full-time in business, or do you want to keep this business part-time? Why did you select your response, and be specific? Now, again, something to ask yourself is to ask yourself, what available hours do you have before you arrive at work, during your day at work, when you get home from work, on the weekends, And then you also need to ask yourself, what calendar system will you be using? So will that be Google Calendar or a paper planner or some other combination maybe you can come up with? Now, the rest of this masterclass is the most critical piece to starting an online business, and that is defining your niche and your target audience. So we're going to park here for a minute because I really want to drill down for you so that you don't waste a lot of time and energy going after the wrong targets. Now, the best entrepreneurs are teachers at their core. And when deciding on what product to choose to sell, I recommend starting by teaching a skill you are already good at. And here's why. Online education is now a billion-dollar industry. Yes, that is billion with a B, as in boy. More people are moving away from traditional education, and technology has forever changed how we learn and consume information. And so the opportunities for you to profit from your skill are limitless if you hone in on what makes the knowledge you possess valuable. And when you teach a skill, it opens the door for you to create what are known as information products. Now, information products can be anything from an ebook to a video training course. Selling access to information products keeps your costs low, which is what you want in the beginning. And that's because most information products are digital. So you don't have the additional cost of having to print or produce physical inventory. And there are tons of low cost and free tools out there to help you create your digital information product offerings. Now, another upside to information products is that they are highly scalable. Now, this means unlike physical products, which generally have a lot of upfront costs to produce, information products, they can be created quickly to meet demand. Also, unlike physical products, if you come across a mistake in a digital information product, it's easier to correct it and put it back out into the market. Once a physical product is out there, that's it, mistake and all. So digital information products can also be automated, which allows you to create passive income streams. And passive income streams in the form of digital information products are what we're going to focus on pretty much in starting your online business. And since you still have to work a full-time job, more than likely, automation and passive streams of income that you don't have to monitor 24/7 are ideal. So let's get into it. Now, let's look at what skills you have. Think about what you currently do for a living. What skills have you developed that you could package and teach others? Look at situations that you've gone through in life. Did you get out of debt? Did you break the cycle of a toxic relationship? Can you teach someone else how to make jewelry? Can you play an instrument and teach others to do the same? What skills or talents come natural for you that you could teach someone else? What things in your life have made you you? Even the negative things. Pain in our life has a way of making us pay attention and take notice that something deeper is wrong. And this pain can be good for us because it's this pain that often drives us to create life-changing habits. So, what lessons have you learned from pain? Take out a sheet of paper and list all the skills that you know without a doubt you could teach someone else. Now, only list things that you would not have to take a course yourself to teach. The goal is not to simply regurgitate information you found on Google to people. You want this to be a skill you are confident in delivering to someone else at this very moment. What could you talk about for hours on end? If you could write a book about a topic, what would it be? Another important thing is to keep in mind when you're writing out your skills is that you need to have gained success for yourself first in this area. This is not to say that you won't need to nurture the skill in the future to get better at it, because you absolutely will. You'll always have to keep growing and maintain the mindset of a student. But chances are you can help someone get a specific result with the skill level you're at now. It's all about recognizing what you have to offer them. And when you have a personal success using the system you will teach others, and you can prove that you do, it helps you come across as authentic and it gives you credibility. Now, out of all of the things that you've listed, circle the number one skill you will be most passionate about teaching. And this will be the skill that you'll use to finish out this particular masterclass with and to create your first online business offering. Now, just because you know how to do it again, it doesn't mean that you should teach it. So you want it to be something you enjoy talking about and could talk about all day if you could. And this will help in the area of narrowing down with a lot of competing ideas. Now, as you're writing out your list of skills, a few things may come up for you. You may be worried because some of the skills on your list are things that people teach already. But here's the truth. You will have people who teach what you teach all day long, but nobody has your story. No one went on the journey you went on to gain competency in that skill. Your story is what sets you apart. Also, don't worry if you don't have a long list here. That's not the point of this exercise. And even if you just have one skill that you feel confident in, chances are there's a customer out there searching for what it is that you teach. Actually, if you have just one skill you're really good at, that may make starting this online business even that much easier for you. You won't have to compete with all of the competing ideas around what product you're going to create. And resist the urge to go broad here now because the riches are in the niches. There are people out there who literally teach on everything. Keeping this skill specific helps you better serve your ideal customer. Now that you've decided on what skill you'll teach on, you need to break all of the topics that you need to break out all the topics that you can actually teach about this skill. So this step in this process is meant to help you generate additional product ideas. Now, I'm going to use photography as an example to make this point clear. If your skill is photography, that alone is very broad. That could go literally in hundreds of different directions as far as what you could teach about photography. There are all sorts of photography you could specialize in, right? So you want to break it out into topics to help you get more specific. So do you love to shoot weddings or maybe conferences or large events or nature, engagement photos, models, children's, concerts? Maybe you use a special type of camera or a lens that you could develop teachings around. That's the level of specificity I'm looking for here. So to take it a step further, let's say one of your topics is wedding photography. You could create a beginner's guide to shooting outdoor weddings. This could also lead you into courses on how to get the perfect outdoor lighting and shots during the ceremony, all the way to teaching them how to generate leads for their photography business. You could teach them how to create an online portfolio or how to organize their photography booking system. Again, you can literally teach on anything and make multiple products around the knowledge you have around wedding photography. Now, once you've broken down your skill into topics, keep your list of topics where you can access it later. But for now, you should have your overall skill determined and you should have selected the topic you are going to use to create your first information product. I would say start with a topic that you could create a foundational product with if the other future product ideas build on that one. And what I mean by that is if there is a sequential order to the bigger picture of what you teach, then start with what they absolutely need to know first. Now that you have your topic, here's where you will map out the path to transformation for your customer. Keeping the topic in your head, ask yourself what is the specific result you can help your customer obtain. Then list the steps needed to get them there. Again, resist the urge to go broad here. If you start listing out the steps and you have more than 5 to 10 steps to actually get them to the result, then you may need to be more specific about what topic you will teach for your first product. Your topic may be too broad. You may need to specify, get more specific with your actual topic if it starts getting too broad and there's too many moving pieces to actually get them to a result. Now, I want you to keep this in mind. When you're creating information products, the products you can create are essentially limitless. So you don't have to cram everything you know about your topic into one product. As a matter of fact, it's best that you don't. The more topics you can break your skill out into, the more streams of income you can create. This also can help you create free content to share as you grow your audience, and it can position you as the go-to person in your area of expertise. Now, take a moment to answer these questions because answering the following questions will help you get clarity on the one idea that will be the most profitable for your business. So here are some of the questions. You need to list all of the skills you could teach someone else. What are some skills that come naturally to you? What are some things you would love to invest more time into learning? If you could go back to school or take a class on a topic, what would it be? List 3 skills you would love to get paid to do on a regular basis. List 3 to 5 questions people are always asking you. Select the one skill of those listed that you are the most passionate about and want to begin teaching with for this particular business. Break out all of the different topics you can teach around this skill. Refer back to the photography example I gave you to remind you of the level of specificity you need to have here. Now, all of those topics, which one will serve as your foundational product? Which topic is the topic that all of the others you could teach about will build on? And what is the specific result that this product will get for your customer? Again, don't worry about the format that you're going to deliver it in. Just talk about the result that you can actually get for your customer. List out the steps to transformation for the customer. And again, if it gets beyond 5 to 10 steps, then your topic may be too broad. You will need to go back and knit your topic down more and repeat this step. Now, let's have a real heart-to-heart. The bottom line is, if you can't show a clear need to your customers as to why they need your offer, they will have no desire to move forward and purchase your products or services. So before you can pick the perfect idea, you need to get in front of the perfect customer. And this is where your ideal customer avatar comes in. So an avatar is a representation of your dream person who will be using your services, singing your praises, telling others about you, and getting results from working with you. Your ideal customer can even be a previous version of you. And this is especially true if what you're teaching derived from lessons that help you to evolve into the person that you are now. And again, nonetheless, you want to understand exactly who this person is so that you can create the solution they are seeking in a way that makes sense to them. Your information products in your online business will not be for everyone, and that is okay. Remember, I said riches are in the niches. You want to specialize, not generalize, if you ever want to be known for something unique. Your ideal customers need to be people that you want to work with and people that desperately need what you have to offer. And don't worry about being a so-called guru, because to the people that you serve with your information, you will be looked at as an expert. And why do I say that? Because all that makes you an expert is that you have to know more than the people you're teaching. So if you're a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as your level of expertise, then you need to look for ideal customers that fall within the range of 1 through 5. Your ideal customers won't be in the 7 to 10 range. And I say this to help inspire you and build your confidence as you seek to go into the marketplace to serve others with what you know. Don't get intimidated by those who appear to be more than you or further along in their journey than you. Run your race and serve those people that need what you have. When you serve them and continue to remain a student yourself, both you and your customer will continue to grow over time. Also, don't fall prey to the mental trap that everybody's already out there doing what you want to do. The truth is that what you do may not be unique, but you are. That's why it's so important to share pieces of your story. Like I said earlier, you may not be able to share everything for one reason or another, maybe privacy or something like that, but you need to get comfortable with sharing bits of what makes you credible to teach them whatever it is that you're teaching. Think about how you felt when you were in that problem that you want to help your customers solve. How can you begin to craft your story around that to help you be relatable to your ideal customer? So people do business with people they feel comfortable with. And stats say that it takes a potential customer 7 to 10 times to see your product before they buy from you. I would argue with all the noise out there now, it could take more than that. A customer has to know, like, and trust you in order to feel compelled to pull out their wallet and purchase your product. So who do you want to share your story with? Again, the answer cannot be everybody. Look at the people that would readily receive your story because it relates to their life. Other mothers, other divorcees, other 20-something entrepreneurs, other people who've had massive debt. You are creating one person in this avatar that you will talk to about your product or services. Who are you addressing your customers? How you're addressing their, let me put it this way, you're addressing their real fears, you're addressing their hopes. And when you know these things about your ideal customer, you're going to be able to talk their language. Now, let's walk through a real quick customer avatar. And some of these questions and some of these points for the customer avatar, as well as some of the reflective questions, will actually be listed on the homepage of this, where you're watching this video. So they'll be there as well. So if you're taking notes during this, you don't have to try to scramble to write them all down. They will be listed there for you. But let's walk through a quick customer avatar. Again, an avatar is a detailed profile of your ideal customer. And so the avatar focuses on one person and outlines everything about them. You want to be able to see them clearly as it relates to your products that you're going to create for them. I always say, when you can solve the problem they have, you can make the profit. Now, as you grow in business, it will be necessary to refine your ideal customer avatar as you go along. And when you are creating the criteria for your ideal customer, some of the questions you need to ask yourself are: what's their name, their age, their gender, their income, their fears in life? Do they have kids? If yes, what are the ages of the children? Are they tech savvy or technologically challenged? Are they savers or spenders? What influences their buying decisions? What are they looking for in a business like yours? Where do they live? The city, the country, or the suburbs? What magazines do they read, or what blogs do they follow? What social media pages do they follow and engage with on a regular basis? What's their marital status? Are they married, single, or widowed? Maybe they're divorced. What's their occupation? What's their lifestyle, hobbies, favorite TV shows, favorite books they read? What do they like to do in their free time? What are their goals and aspirations? What stresses them out the most about the problem that they have? What do they fear will happen if this problem gets worse? Where have other businesses fallen short in solving these problems for them? What makes you excited to make a difference in their life? Now think about where they're already hanging out online, and list some social media accounts that currently serve your ideal customer with their offerings. Now, to take this avatar a step further, you can even attach a picture of what your ideal customer looks like. This can be somebody that you currently work with, or maybe a stock image of a person who fits the parameters of your avatar. Now, lastly, you need to have systems set up in your business to keep things flowing and going on a daily basis. Online businesses still require work, but one of the benefits of having an online business is that much of what has to be done on a recurring basis can be automated quite easily if you have the right tools. Now, here are the must-have systems that you need to have in order to start and set your online business on the right foundation and take you from somebody who simply has a hobby to a full-blown business owner. Now, the first system you need to have is an accounting system. You have to make sure that you're keeping track of what's coming in your business and what's going out of your business, because the financial health of your business depends on you having a solid accounting system in place. I always recommend you have software such as QuickBooks or the Wave accounting software to keep track of daily transactions, along with a good accountant with knowledge to assist you with filing your taxes and detailed record keeping. The second thing you need is a good payment processor. You need a payment processor because what good is having an online business without a way for people to pay you? Cash is not king when it comes to online business. So it's imperative that you have a payment processor like PayPal, Stripe, or Square embedded into all of your sales pages so that your customer can pay you using their credit card. Payment processors also make it easier to set up installment and recurring payments with your customers. Scheduling. Now, this is especially important if you're a coach or consultant. And also, if you plan to offer free consultations, you'll need a way for prospects to easily schedule an appointment with you. Your software also needs to integrate with your personal calendar to make sure no appointments are missed or overlooked in the transaction. Acuity and Calendly are two of the most popular options at the time of this recording for scheduling. The next one you'll need is product delivery. Now, you need to make sure you have a reliable way to deliver your digital information products. This may be something as simple as Gumroad or SendOwl. And if you sell online courses, you may want to try something more robust that can accommodate modular trainings like Teachable or Kajabi. You need an email marketing system. So, email marketing is a critical piece of the sales puzzle for entrepreneurs that's often taken for granted. Email marketing makes it possible to nurture and build relationships with your prospects, as well as it helps automate the follow up process. ConvertKit is my email marketing system of choice, but there are other options out there like Aweber or even MailChimp, which has a free option. And lastly, you need to set up your website. Now, remember, your website is your business's virtual home, so you need to make it attractive and informative to hook customers and visitors and convert sales. You can go DIY, plug and play, or you can have someone design it for you. Now, Squarespace and Wix are two of the most popular plug and play options. WordPress has been around for the longest, probably, and is possibly the most effective as it pertains to having more options for plugin and design. Now, I hope this has been super helpful to you to get you on the road to starting your very own successful online business. A great business niche will intersect with your passion, your expertise, and your skill set. And I think you've made an excellent start, even first by choosing to listen to this masterclass and get all the way through it to get the information that you need to get started. And I'm excited to hear about the progress that you're going to make in the future. Keep me posted. Take care till then.